Well, good morning and happy Thursday to you as we continue our Bedhead Bible studies. And today I definitely have Bedhead going, so we are ready to go then. Today we are in John 1, going through 43 through 51, and I'll just kind of read through that. It says, the next day, meaning the day after that Jesus had this experience with Simon and Andrew, and he had called Andrew to come and to see where Jesus was staying, to come and see about Jesus' life. It says the day after that, Jesus decided to leave for Galilee, and finding Philip, he said to him, "Follow me." Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bathsheba. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law, and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." "Nazareth, can anything good come from there?" Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. When Jesus saw Nathanael approaching, he said of him, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." "How do you know me?" Nathanael asked. Jesus answered, "I saw you while you were still under the fig tree before Philip called you." Then Nathanael declared, "Rabbi," which means teacher, "you are the Son of God, you are the King of Israel." Jesus said, "You believe because I told you I saw you under the fig tree, but you will see greater things than that." He then added, "Very truly I tell you, you will see heaven open and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man." And I think just for me, what stands out to here is just kind of this continuation of the come and you will see statement. We've got, again, Andrew has experienced Jesus, and so he went and told someone else, his brother Peter, and said, "Look, this is the guy we've been waiting for," because all these guys would have been studying the scripture when they were young kids within the religious system. Young boys would study scripture and be taught, and then when they're about the age of junior high, for in our day and age, they would be kind of judged if they were excelling, and then they would be able to move forward in things like being a Pharisee or Sadducee or teacher of the law. And if not, then they took jobs like fishermen and tax collectors and those kind of things, tent bakers. So here they knew what they were looking for. They were waiting for it, and they've experienced it time and time. But the thing is kind of interesting about Nathanael and with Philip, is that instead of Jesus coming and saying, "Come and see," that's now at the point already, just within a day, that someone is experiencing Jesus, believing in Jesus, and they're going out in their own personal mission to tell others. And so as he comes to Nathanael, we find somebody who is skeptical about Christ, and skeptical about what's going on here, and doesn't want anything to do with it. And I think it's interesting he's talking about Nazareth. Can anything good come from Nazareth? And I think about people that I talk to, and I'm sure that you talk to in your mission fields as well, that are skeptical towards Christ, skeptical towards Christianity because of what they've seen in their past, maybe in a church where things went wrong, or people that claimed to be Christians that were abusive or hurtful towards them, and maybe didn't follow the truth or the love of Christ, and might be skeptical themselves. And they're like, you talk about this saving Christ, you talk about this life-changing experience. Can something really come good out of Christians? Because that's just not been my experience, and I'm kind of maybe down on it, or skeptical. And I like Philip's response where he says, "Come and see." I don't know about you, but to me sometimes it's my first response to try to prove it with words, and try to prove it with the scripture or those type of things. And I think it's interesting, Philip's of like, just come. Maybe come to the church. Maybe somebody's against church and your church is different, which is great. And you say, come and just see it. Just come and check it out for yourself. Come experience it for yourself. Or, just Christianity, and they're not into it. Why don't you just come to a home group? Why don't you just come and spend some time talking to me? Just kind of experience for yourself. I think that's a very wise move on Philip's part. That's not always the first step, but it's the step in this one, and it's one to consider as the Spirit leads. And then when Nathanael experiences Jesus, we see that that reaction, that Jesus knows Nathanael, meets him where he's at, and his understanding gives him a little bit of evidence, talking about being under the fig tree, and it brings Nathanael to his own experience with Christ, and that he believes because he experienced, not because he was told about it. And I think it's great what Jesus puts here. Just because you believe because I experienced you there, or you believe because I gave you a little bit of evidence, but you're going to see so much more than this. That you've come and you experience and you're becoming a follower of Christ. So in our case, when someone accepts Jesus as leader and forgiver in their lives for themselves, and they're pumped up about having that experience. Jesus just, I think, says to all of us, you're just going to see greater things in this. If you plug in and you're in my community, you're in the Scripture, and you're praying, and you're praying for the Spirit to lead you and to give you the guidance and comfort and conviction to move you forward and to spur you onto eternal life. You're going to see greater things than what we have at first. And sometimes I'm kind of think about or kind of ponder on how pumped up we are when we first accept Christ, and then things kind of fade away. And we've been studying 2 Corinthians at our church, and he talks about, we don't have a fading glory. We have a glory that's renewed day by day. And that's kind of what I think he's talking to this young man about here, is just you're going to see greater things. You're going to keep getting pumped up, and it's going to keep moving further and further. So I think he has something to celebrate or be excited about. So that's just kind of my thoughts here. If you are ministering to somebody else and they're kind of skeptical right now, that's okay. Invite them to come and see, and show it to them in your own life. If you're skeptical towards Christianity or church or those type of things, that's okay. Just come and check it out for yourself and see what you find there, instead of what others have shown you, what others have put into your life. So that's just some random thoughts. Tomorrow we're moving into chapter 2. Again, if you have any thoughts or comments, slap them down into the YouTube comments or the Facebook comments, and we'll just kind of keep plugging through. Thanks, guys. Be blessed.